Monochromatic. Monochromatic color schemes take one base color and expand it using lighter tints, darker shades, and softer tones. They feel calm and consistent because the brain only has to process one hue. Take PayPal's logo, it plays with different blues. Blue is strongly tied to trust, stability, and professionalism, which is exactly what you want from a financial service. By layering multiple blues, PayPal creates depth without losing that feeling of reliability. Psychologically, monochromatic palettes reduce decision fatigue. They're easy on the eyes and reassuring. To make them work well, designers often vary brightness and saturation, or even use texture to create visual interest and prevent the design from feeling flat. Analogous. Analogous color schemes pull from neighbors on the color wheel like red, orange, and yellow. Because they share undertones, they feel natural, connected, and harmonious. Look at MasterCard's logo, the red and orange overlap. Red fuels energy and urgency, while orange softens it with friendliness and warmth. Together, they create a sense of bold confidence without feeling harsh. Psychologically, analogous palettes are comforting. They mimic what we see in nature, like sunsets or autumn leaves, so they feel familiar and balanced. To balance an analogous scheme, designers choose one dominant color and use the others as supporting accents. Complementary. Complementary schemes use opposites on the color wheel. That high contrast grabs attention and creates energy, but it can also cause tension if overdone. Fanta's orange and blue branding is a perfect example. Orange excites the senses and feels playful, while blue balances it out with trust and refreshment. The psychology here is balance between stimulation and stability. It's why Fanta comes across as fun and youthful, but still feels safe to drink. Complementary palettes hit hard because our eyes naturally seek contrast. Designers make the most of this scheme by letting one color dominate while using the opposite color sparingly for bold emphasis. Split complementary. Split complementary takes one base color and pairs it with the two neighbors of its opposite. This gives you contrast like complementary, but with less intensity. It's energetic without being overwhelming. That's why it's often used in dashboards and apps. For example, you might see a calming blue base paired with yellow-orange and red-orange highlights. Blue creates clarity and trust, while the warm accents guide attention to buttons, alerts, or key data points. Psychologically, this scheme balances focus with friendliness. It directs your eye where it needs to go without creating visual chaos. The best way to use it is by choosing one main color to anchor the design and using the other two to highlight key details. Triadic. Triadic schemes use three colors evenly spaced on the wheel. They're naturally balanced but also full of life. Burger King's logo is a classic triadic palette. Red stimulates appetite and excitement, yellow sparks happiness and energy, and blue anchors it with trust. Together, they create a playful, family-friendly vibe that's hard to forget. The psychology here is balance plus vibrancy. Triadic schemes pop in a way that feels fun and dynamic without losing harmony. To avoid a chaotic look, designers let one color take the lead and use the other two in smaller amounts. Tetradic or double complementary. Tetradic palettes use four colors, basically two complementary pairs. They're rich and exciting, but also tricky to pull off because of how many relationships you're juggling. Google's logo is the best-known example. Blue, red, yellow, and green. Each color plays a role. Blue builds trust, red adds energy, yellow sparks optimism, and green suggests growth and creativity. It's playful and diverse, which mirrors Google's identity as both serious and experimental. Psychologically, tetradic schemes create variety and dynamism, but the key is balance. Without it, they can feel chaotic. Designers often follow the 60-30-10 rule here. 60% main color, 30% secondary, and the remaining 10% for the two accents. Neutral or achromatic. Neutral or achromatic schemes skip color altogether, relying on black, white, gray, and sometimes beige. They feel timeless, professional, and elegant. Luxury brands like Chanel or Prada lean heavily on neutrals. Black signals power and sophistication, white suggests purity and simplicity, and gray conveys balance. The psychology here is restraint. By avoiding color, these brands project confidence. They don't need bright hues to grab attention. Instead, they stand out through minimalism and timelessness. Neutrals tell your brain, this is classic, this is quality. To add interest without color, designers often incorporate texture, subtle patterns, or typography with a single bold accent to highlight key elements. And that's every color scheme, broken down for you in just 5 minutes. If you found this helpful, hit the like button and subscribe for more quick, easy design breakdowns. Got a favorite color combo or a design topic you want explained next? Drop it in the comments below.